Kia ora, and welcome to the Geographer in the Hallway series, where I, Katie Corson, talk to geographers and honorary geographers about their careers.
I'm Gradon Diprose and I work at Manaaki Whenua Land Care Research, which is a Crown research organisation, so that means it's kind of partially government funded. And I work there as a social researcher, focusing on environmental kind of concerns or issues around things like citizen science and biosecurity, biodiversity, climate change adaptation, and yeah, that's kind of probably the major things I'm working on at the moment. I tend to be desk-based, so a typical day is kind of do a range of things from like talking with colleagues about projects we're working on, scoping out new projects, new research projects, and thinking about kind of new questions or new priorities that are emerging. Sometimes my day might involve planning for an interview that I'm going to do with someone, or planning for a focus group, or planning designing a survey. It's also quite a bit of kind of reading, I suppose, to kind of keep on top of, you know, what the latest information is and that kind of thing. So I am working with a bunch of scientists, like ecologists and comms and marketing folk on the New Zealand Garden Bird Survey, which is a citizen science project. So people go and count birds for 1 week a year, and it's just in their back gardens or kind of local parks or schools. And so the idea of it behind it is a long data set. It's been running since kind of 2006, 2007. It's the longest biodiversity data set we have, and it's basically tracking the trends over time. So we get a sense of, you know, how numbers of tui doing, how are numbers of kereru doing, that kind of thing. And I'm looking at the kind of social side of that. So, you know, what do people learn by being out there and counting birds? How does it affect them? You know, what are kind of some of the impacts and outcomes of doing this with others? You know, it's kind of an interesting project because you're kind of not necessarily by yourself. You might be doing it with your kids or, you know, friends, family, and that kind of stuff, but you're part of this wider collective effort that involves thousands of people across New Zealand. I did environmental and resource planning and geography. So I did geography kind of all the way through, master's, PhD, yeah. But in between going into my PhD, I worked as a planner in local government. So I kind of knew that I wanted to be, when I did my degree, I was kind of like, I want to be a planner. I knew that I wanted to do geography because I loved it at high school, and I grew up on a farm. I was kind of really fascinated with the environment and how we use it and the meanings people attach to it, you know, that kind of thing. I didn't really have a clear sense of, I think when I started my degree I was like, a job I knew was planning. I'm really glad I did geography. It gives you a mixture of, like, if you're interested in social science, it gives you the kind of human social stuff, really interesting things, but it also gives you a good basis in terms of environmental and kind of biophysical stuff as well. So it kind of brings those things together, I think, in a really fascinating way that opens up a whole range of opportunities for you. When I think about like friends and people I studied with, they've ended up in such a wide range of fields, like from kind of transport and mobility planning, working for DHBs and kind of health stuff, through to various government ministries, Ministry for the Environment, Department of Conservation, and then in local government, and then it's also moving into kind of private planning practices. And yeah, so there's something there for like, you know, there's a whole range of possibilities doing geography. And when I think about the challenges we face as a society and as New Zealanders, environmental challenges are just they're already important, but they're just going to be more important. So we need geographers. And the stuff I hear from employers is that, like, they love geographers because they connect that human with the environmental place. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to the Geographer in the Hallway series. If you like this video, click the thumbs up. And if you want to be notified when more videos are posted, click the subscribe button.